Mm.
An announcement from the desk of Thomas Grossi. Yesterday, I sent out a tweet to the president of Iceland requesting that the Icelandic government sue the Minnesota Vikings franchise for their use and bastardization of the skull chant.
Ooh.
This is now my video plea to you, people of Iceland, good people of Iceland. Do what is right and run the Minnesota Vikings into the ground.
Keep politics in sports.
Oh no, buddy, we're live. We're not. We're
Whoa.
Oh yeah, it's they can't. That's ladies and gentlemen, let's just get past that. Welcome. It's Monday.
Get the government in sports is what we're toting today, baby.
That's it. That's it.
More government regulations in sports. More government regulations in sports.
That's what we want to
Go
see.
Iceland. Go Skull! Just kidding. But you know I love the great people of Minnesota. Talked about them a couple times this year. What a game,
time
Tom.
was awful.
Sorry you were on the wrong side of that one.
Well, ladies and
but
gentlemen,
this is GPS.
the Grossi Perna Show, and we're back here because it's Monday, and we got another ridiculously insane week to try and navigate our way through. I'm telling you, Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna, otherwise known as Chair, is here. And yeah, sorry. There's a lot of confusion going on out there. A lot of confusion. Perna and I are clicking the donation at the same time.
We're doing it at the exact same time, bringing up the super chats.
That's it.
Oh yeah, we do. I've got breaking news. Breaking news before we start, Tom. Okay. Denver Broncos have extended wide receiver Courtland Sutton. That's the breaking news.
I saw that. It was like 60 mil or something?
Up to 60 mil, I think. 34 million guaranteed. This comes less than a week after they extend another wide receiver, Tim Patrick, Mr. Reliable. So you got Mr. Reliable. You got your dynamic, athletic freaking Courtland Sutton. Jerry Jeudy still on his rookie deal. You got Noah Fant and Albert O. Noah Fant may be on his way out. Don't know. But basically, there's a lot of great ball catchers here on any quarterback of the future. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, all of the best rookie quarterbacks. But like I tweeted, probably going to end up with Matt Ryan somehow. Probably going to get that.
Or
Tyrod Taylor.
Tom Grossi.
Or, well, you got to pick between receiver and quarterback, Tom.
Excuse me. You didn't have to do that when all your team got COVID last year. You had a wide receiver and a quarterback. So,
oh, that's true.
Hinton did both. Why not bring in volume 2? Because okay. I bet I would do a fantastic job.
You'd be okay.
I set it up. I put it on a silver platter for you. I said, I bet. Brandon Perna.
Oh,
this is what am I even doing here? The lack of professionalism.
Bet on DraftKings legal disclaimer. Nothing in the world of football will get your pants tighter than this legal disclaimer. Today's
Can I read the legal disclaimer? Can I read it?
You want to read the whole legal disclaimer?
I want to read it.
There.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis, counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-426-2537. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, and then a whole bunch of other numbers. Oh yeah, available to play in all of those states.
We're getting too many ASMR listeners right now.
Okay,
I
all
had
right,
to
that's my
take it
bad. My
off.
bad. That's my bad.
I had to take it off.
That's okay. That's my bad. My bad. Sorry.
You should not take off the DraftKings Sportsbook app from your phone or mobile device. You should install it, and you should use code GPS when you sign up, because DraftKings is going to match your first-time deposit bonus of up to $1,000. We got a link in the description. If you're trying to get in on football betting action, DraftKings is the place to do it. It's an official partner of the NFL.
That's where
NFL looked at
football is.
all the sports books.
They play football there.
They read all of them, cover to cover. They said DraftKings, who we're going with. And then DraftKings was like, we're going with Perna and Grossi. We are going with Perna and Grossi. So, you want to bet on the balls? You want to bet on the balls? Do it, DraftKings Sportsbook. Safe, secure, reliable. You can deposit, withdraw your funds at your convenience. Use code GPS. GPS. All right, we did
Nailed it.
We friggin' did it, baby.
Okay, can we talk about the thing? Oh, by the way, other breaking news, which is not fun, is Elton Jenkins confirmed to have a torn ACL and is out for the season.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the play it happened, Tom. I saw the play that it happened.
Wasn't good.
He'd been playing very well for the Packers,
and
he gave up a sack on that play.
He did.
And I think out of all the excuses you could have as an offensive lineman for giving up a sack, Mr. Jenkins has the best one.
I think so, too.
He's like, I tore my damn ACL, and you're still going to give me the sack stat sheet? Like, the stat sheet should have an asterisk next to it. If a player tears his ACL on a sack, don't put that on that man.
It doesn't count.
Don't put that on that man. His season's over. He's got a whole year of rehab. And he's got to look at that and be like, oh, yeah, I gave up a sack because I tore my ACL. How many sacks has he given up? Like,
my man barely gives up any sack. Yeah, that's the thing. He's so versatile. He's played center. He's played guard. He's played left freaking fracking tackle. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's been a great story for the Packers this year.
He's been amazing, honestly. He was great last year, and to see that happen is devastating for the team. So I feel so bad for Elton Jenkins. It's not good. It's not good. So brought to you by the state of Missouri. We make Florida Cowboys fans sad. Oh yeah, Scooter had himself a bad week. Had himself a bad weekend. Didn't enjoy himself as much as you would say. But yeah, there's your Cortland Sutton. There he is.
There's the official deets on the.
But guess who got it first? Tim Patrick. Suck it, Cortland Sutton.
I'm going to be curious to see how this affects the Broncos cap, because the bye week they've signed two players they didn't want to let get away. They did not want to let those guys test free agency. And the Broncos were in a great cap situation heading into the offseason. So basically they need to reevaluate that and see how much money they have to pay Aaron Rodgers.
There you go. There you go.
Man, did you hear Aaron Rodgers talking about his toe injury for 20 minutes after the game?
Yes, one. But more importantly, Brandon Perna, there's another clip that I actually want to turn your attention to.
Oh.
So it seems some German Packer fans, reached out to Aaron Rodgers, just saying how much they love him and all that great stuff.
Cool.
And
cool.
He's in the cart with David Bakhtiari, and he's recording. And he ends it with, "We hope to see you guys next year."
Wow.
So I'm not going to overreact, but
we hope to see you guys next year.
That they play in Germany. The Packers are going over, that they go and play. And he's on the Green Bay Packers, and he's saying we, meaning him and David Bakhtiari, who signed to a long-term deal with the Packers.
Wow. Okay. Well, who did the Packers play that game? Do we know?
We don't know if they're even going to Europe. We don't even know. But it's just that's what he's saying. We hope to. But he said projecting. Meaning like Packers, meaning that's how I'm gonna read into it because I need some hope after yesterday. So.
Germany. Oh, it's me, Aaron Rodgers. I like to go to Germantown. Teet, 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 teet. That's how you get the Germans to stay tuned.
I have German fans. They send me beer.
Teet, teet. I have never left the country.
That's fantastic.
German potato soup. If anybody can tell me what that reference is to, we're soulmates. What soup are you stirring? German potato soup. Let's see if anybody gets that in the comments.
There you go.
Let's see if anybody gets that. I'm gonna wait patiently. Okay. All right, so football did happen. I'm going to stop clicking on the super chats.
Yeah, football did happen. I mean, there's so many games that I want to break down because there's so much to talk about. And once again, for basically like what? We're at 4 weeks in a row now where it's just insanity.
We got it. P90X, baby. Jose, you nailed it, bro. That is from the P90X original DVD collection.
I think it's just
the
Joseph.
The shoulder stir. What soup are you stirring today? And the little German woman says, German potato soup. Wow. We are crushing it. Guillermo?
It's a race to the
basement.
The
Raiders and the Broncos are doomed for misery for the rest of the season, but I appreciate you watching.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
Fire
it.
Nagy.
No,
that's like after every Bears game, it just pops up.
The chants were going on. The chants in Soldier Field were amazing. And Brandon Perna, I know this is kind of some big news. During the game, I made a meme.
Oh.
I made it all by myself. And I put it on Twitter, and I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good meme. So I don't want to say I crushed it. I can upload it to show you.
Show me the meme.
Do you want to see my meme? Okay.
Okay, it's Joseph. Sorry, guys. I saw Jose. Jose.
There's my meme. I thought that's pretty solid.
That's from when Michael Scott's dating Pam's mom. Spoiler alert.
That is accurate. I'm going to date her even harder. Just like Lenny, over the moon. That's it. Listen, Chiefs defense did well. Let's start breaking down some games here. Let's start off. Let's go backwards.
Enough fun.
Enough having fun here. There's no fun. Let's talk about Sunday Night Football because that game for 3 quarters was stupid and boring. And I was like, oh, great. I'm tired. This is my 3rd game in a row that I'm streaming. And then the 4th quarter happened. Holy crap. It was 27-10 after 3 quarters. Yes, we know. And then Yeah.
What was the score? 27-10?
It was after 3 quarters. Yeah.
In the Chargers' favor. The Chargers were working the Steelers.
And then the Steelers scored 27 points in the 4th quarter. 27.
Wow.
Insane. The Chargers did there was a punt that was blocked. There was a pass from Justin Herbert that was batted in the air and intercepted. And all of a sudden, the Steelers are making a comeback. Tree is losing his mind. And I mean both that literally and metaphorically. I might have already been gone. But losing his mind, Steeler got Super Bowl. And the Chargers were like, do you want to win this game now? And it was horrific. Chargers able to hold on and get the win. But good God, man. Like it, the Chargers chargered that game so hard.
Oh yeah.
So hard.
I tweeted something about like the Chargers and their ability to blow leads and how it's transcended coaching staffs, very good quarterbacks. And it's like, how do you rid them of that? And of course they won because they threw a Herbie fully loaded, hit Mike Williams for a big touchdown pass. Looked a lot like Aaron Rodgers throwing a game winner to MVS that just didn't come to fruition totally afterwards. But so the Chargers got the win, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they had the game in the bag and they let it slip away.
They did.
They let it slip away to Ben Roethlisberger, who I was going to give some credit to early in this game. I was like, he's looking efficient out there. You can win with that. And anytime he's got to throw downfield, like he just can't do it. His arm strength is gone. He has no arm strength.
Talking about Ben?
Yes.
Dude, there is a couple plays though. Like it was like very early on in the game where he's just like, I'm going to throw it as far as I can. There's not going to be anyone there, but I'm going to throw it as far as I can. It's not going to be accurate. It's going to be at least 5 to 10 yards in front of the receiver. Like there's a couple times that maybe he's like, you know what? Let me see if I still got it. Oh, I do. I mean, it didn't hit anybody, but I can still throw far. And then he didn't do it again.
Yeah, he tried to, well, he had this underthrown ball late in the game that we see the underthrown ball where the receiver tries to come back to get called for pass interference all the time.
Yep.
His ball was so poorly underthrown that the officials threw the flag and like, okay, no flag. Ball was not catchable.
You guys just suck. It was
Ran
that
through
bad.
10 yards short. Like at the end of that game, the Steelers were in a 3rd and like 29. And it's like everybody knows Roethlisberger probably can't even throw it 29 yards at this point in the game. Like fourth quarter, his arm's tired. I don't know if it's going there. But Justin Herbert became the first quarterback in NFL history with 350 plus passing yards and 90 plus rushing yards. Would have been cooler if it was 100, but
it would have been cool if it was 100.
You know,
like cool story, bro.
Sure. Yeah.
Big Ben is the Broncos QB next year.
Don't you dare, Draco. Don't you dare, Draco.
That'd be amazing. Can you imagine?
George stupid.
You just have John Elway come out, a big press conference. He's like, I know there's been a lot of talk and rumors about the future of this franchise. And, we've been stocking up some picks. And ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Ben Roethlisberger.
John Elway doesn't do anything anymore. He's just a figurehead.
He would come out for that because he is so good at picking quarterbacks. So I think that his genius would just continue to flourish.
Elway would pick Roethlisberger because Roethlisberger's favorite quarterback was John Elway.
Done. Oh, and we signed him to a 6-year deal.
Yeah, that's why he wears number 7. Yeah. Well, this is funny. Maybe we might be getting Russell Wilson, and I don't even know if Russell Wilson's any good anymore.
Yeah,
hasn't looked good since he returned from that finger injury. I'll tell you that.
But yeah, so the Chargers, trying to remain atop the AFC West, but the Chiefs said, "Shh, nay." But the Chargers have a lot of problems. They got issues. I mean, able to score, that was great going up against a TJ Watt-less Steelers defense. But Eckler had a good game. Herbert having a good game. Williams, Keenan Allen. The offense was clicking. So, I mean, the defense, though, scares me. Like, the fact that you gave up that many points in the fourth quarter, that's concerning, to say the least. I still think they make the playoffs, too. Like, I still think that they have a shot. But, there's a lot of free falling going on right now in the AFC. And I mean, look at that. The Bills are now in 7th. When they started the weekend, hold on, because I did a whole video on it, they were number 2. They were the second team and now they're number 7. What?
Wow. I don't think this is updated. Is it?
Wait,
8?
let me
Oh,
see.
the
I got
Chargers
you.
are 6-4.
Playoff picture. I got you, fam. I got you. I got you. No, I think that's updated. Yep, I have it in front of me on the NFL playoff picture. Titans, Ravens, Patriots, Chiefs. Oh, wait, no. That's not right. Oh, yeah, no, it is. Titans, Ravens, Patriots, Chiefs, Bengals, Chargers, Bills. Is that what yours says?
Titans,
Yeah,
Patriots.
Titans, Ravens, Patriots, Chiefs, Bengals, Chargers, Bills.
Yeah, it's just the Chargers says 5-4 instead of 6-4. That's the only thing.
Oh no, it says 5-4-1 on the NFL.
The Chargers?
That's what it says.
The Chargers didn't tie. That's the Steelers.
I know. It says the Chargers there, though.
Oh my! The NFL can't even get their schedule.
NFL's
right.
drunk.
We did
and
pass
it has the
2,000
Steelers
live viewers in here. Thank you very much,
Let's get
everybody.
No, literally, like if I go over right now, hold on. How do I show my screen, Brandon Perna? Share.
You got to go to.
Got it.
Share.
Got it.
Sharing is caring.
Oh no, I don't want. Oh no.
It's GPSception.
Did the wrong one. That was bad. That was a problem. Okay.
I think if you hold that up on the screen, it quadruples our views.
I just want. Oh, I see. I see.
You want me to just go to NFL standings on my?
Got it. I got it. Yeah. Look,
Okay.
the NFL's drunk because the Chargers are listed at 6-5. Oh, I'm sorry. They're playing the 5-4-1 Steelers. I'm stupid.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
god!
I'm just dumb. I'm just straight up dumb.
Hey everybody, Tom Grossi streamed 3 games yesterday.
I'm
and
so
it's
tired.
showing.
I'm so tired. I'm sorry. So yeah, let's look at these standings here. So in the AFC, you got the Titans still holding it at number 1, which after yesterday losing to the Texans. I don't even know. Like, are they good? I don't even know. I will talk about Jalen Hurts. Don't you worry. I want to talk about Jalen Hurts. So yeah, I have no idea. Titans getting upset by a division rival in the Texans. Ravens, without Lamar Jackson, able to come back and defeat the Chicago Bears, which was amazing. You absolutely love to see that. That was incredible. And the Fire Matt Nagy chants literally raining down in Chicago at Soldier Field. Which was beautiful. So, but the Ravens, I mean, they got a win. It was an ugly win. They need Lamar Jackson back, 100%. But then, yeah. Brandon Perna, let's talk about the team that you cursed, buddy.
The Patriots?
Yeah.
Yeah, we already talked about them.
No. I don't mean in terms of what they did to the Falcons. I'm talking about they are now first in the AFC East.
Yes. Well, yes, they are first place. The Bills gave up 1 billion touchdowns to Jonathan Taylor, 5 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor scored more touchdowns than any single offense over the weekend. That's how bad the Bills' run defense was. So, yes, I'm disappointed in my triple Bs. The Chiefs beat the Cowboys. I want to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
But the Bills are still in the playoffs. So the Bills lost, still in the playoffs.
Yeah. Down to
the
7.
Titans lost, still in the playoffs. Packers lost. Cowboys lost. Playoffs. Rams on a bye. Vikings sneaking back in there. And the Saints lost, still in the playoffs. And there's a whole bunch of teams in the hunt. The Steelers are in the hunt. The Broncos are technically in the hunt. So this is just getting messy. We can't figure it out. The Titans went on a 6-game win streak after losing to the Jets
Yes.
And they conclude their win streak by losing to the Texans. Now, they lost to A.J. Brown got hurt the first series of this game.
Yeah.
Tannehill throws like 4 interceptions.
Yep.
Like, we knew that was eventually going to happen. Like,
The wheels were going to come off.
There's too many guys out. You know what I mean?
I know. Oh, I know.
And you have to be a little bit concerned about Ryan Tannehill being so careless with the football in a game that, like, technically the Titans could have gotten back into that game at any time, but they just
did not.
Tyrod Taylor had 2 rushing touchdowns, but he did not do much outside of that. It's just that Texans defense got the best of them. So,
who do you say that about? Like, what do you like? Oh yeah, the Texans defense really showed up today.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you could highlight anything from the Texans this season, it's sometimes their defense plays all right. Like,
I like have nothing. And that, Braden, I was saying this because I was just waiting for the Bills to come back, because that's how they started the game last week against the Jaguars, in which the Colts are running Jonathan Taylor. He's putting up a ton of touchdowns, a ton of yardage, and then they just stop. And then the Jaguars claw their way back into that game and almost beat them. So I like, you're looking at that, and I'm like, all right, well, like, the Bills will bounce back, and they just never did. Josh Allen, that O-line, bad. That O-line is rough. On top of that, I mean, he only got sacked, I think, like 1 time, but constantly under pressure, which was a huge problem. 2 interceptions. They barely have a run game. I know Breida had like 50 yards, but Josh Allen is their second leading rusher. And even in the passing game, Stephon Diggs had 2 touchdowns, but he was limited to 4 catches on 23 yards.
yeah,
It is bad.
the real problem is the Bills can't run the football effectively. It was an issue last year.
Yeah.
It's been an issue all year. That's
Correct.
Let's see here. 6, 11, 13 rushing attempts. Guess who else lost and refused to run the ball? The Cowboys.
The Packers.
So, yeah, the Packers. Like, I understand when you get down, you want to turn to the pass. But you got to help out your quarterback sometimes. You got to help out your offensive line. And, you know, they did what I said last week, and I think they should feature Matt Breida in the run game. But just 5 carries ain't gonna do it, Buffalo. So it's weird because it's these high-powered offenses all looking very pedestrian, and that includes the Chiefs still in a win. Like, the Chiefs did not look good yesterday.
No.
Their defense looked all right.
did. Yeah.
Their defense looked all right. Let's talk about this game real quick here.
All
Let me
right.
tell you something.
Which, by the way, real quick before we just switch over, time of possession in that Bills game, the Colts had the ball for 37 minutes and 47 seconds.
Yeah. See, it's hard when you're an offense that's getting beat by the opposing team and they're controlling the football. Like, you feel like you need to get rhythm going. You need to put points on the board because you know your opponent's going to take a long time on their drives when they're running the ball effectively. So it's not necessarily like just play calling. It's that the other team is running the ball against you too well and you can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
And that's basically what the Colts did with Jonathan Taylor. Somebody said Jonathan Taylor for MVP. Yes, we put that in the rundown. We got to have somebody mentioned outside of the quarterbacks for MVP. And right now, after the Ravens got a win without Lamar Jackson, maybe Jonathan Taylor is the most important player to his team right now, because you take him off the Colts, I don't know who Indianapolis is. You know what I mean? Like, he is that important to their success right now.
Carson Wentz had like one of the easiest days ever. He had to throw the ball 20 times, and he was just like, oh no, I'm just going to hand it to Jonathan Taylor again. Here you go. He had one of the nicest days yesterday. And I feel like Wentz besides making like those dumb mistakes that he does every single week, like if you are featuring Jonathan Taylor, which you should, if you feature Jonathan Taylor, you're going to do well. And then if they're like, hey, we're going to stack the box, they have enough weapons for them to be successful. But Jonathan Taylor, man, like he's been having a good year, and like people were upset that I said this earlier. This was from a few weeks ago. And like Jonathan Taylor's having a good year. Like he was number 2 in rushing behind Derrick Henry, but I wanted him to get featured more. Like they were giving him a good amount of carries, but I wanted him to get the bulk of the load because he was finding success. And look what happens. You fed him the ball 32 times and he demolished that Bills defense, which, by the way, a Bills defense that is supposed to be one of the top 5 defenses in the league.
Yeah,
and
the
you
Bills
look
defense is good.
Yeah, Bills and Packers. Again, Packers also had injuries, but both of those teams, top 3 defenses heading into this week, did not look good. The offense of the Packers finally showed up in the second half, but the defense then failed them. So, yeah, it was a rough day for some elite defenses, or supposedly elite defenses.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles did the same thing. Just ran the ball effectively.
Yeah.
Against a good Saints run defense, right? So Carson Wentz, 106 passing yards, barely 50% of his completions made. 106. It was all Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Just like it should have been in Home Improvement.
That's true. That's very true.
He was so funny. And then he got all into saving the earth and left and became a lot less funny. Peanut butter and honey sandwiches. Are you team peanut butter and honey or peanut butter and jelly?
Oh.
I like them both.
All right. Speaking of engaging the chat, let's talk about the Cowboys game.
Oh.
Let's talk about the Cowboys-Chiefs game.
This game
I called
sucked.
Scooter while that was going on, and apparently I was like 15 seconds ahead of him, which was even better. But after that interception from Dakota Prescott that sealed the game, it was pretty fantastic. And I just want to go on record real quick and say Jordan Love scored a touchdown against this Chiefs defense, and Dak Prescott did not. So,
correct.
Make your own conclusions. Make your own conclusions. But Brandon Perna, may I have the floor for one moment? Just one moment.
Sure. Go for it.
Can we just one for a hot second? Okay, thank you. How about them Cowboys? Thank you. That was all.
You did great.
Thank you.
You know who I think would like that?
Who?
Drip Bayless. Drip Bayless.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
The Cowboys. Let's talk about them, buddy.
This is not because I'm a hater, not because I'm a fan of a different AFC West team, but I am not convinced that the Chiefs defense is all that good, Tom. I am not convinced. Why? One, I watched the Broncos do the same thing against the Cowboys. So I think, if anything, the Cowboys offense overrated. 2, if you watch the Cowboys-Chiefs game, then you know the Cowboys wide receivers were about 50-50 on whether or not they were going to catch footballs. Whether or not they were going to catch a damn football in this game was a 50-50 chance. Amari Cooper did not play. I think we learned how important Amari Cooper is to the Cowboys offense. CeeDee Lamb went out with a concussion after halftime. Did not return. And now looks like Amari Cooper's got COVID. CeeDee Lamb's in concussion protocol. So the Cowboys got to play Thanksgiving without those two.
That's going to be rough.
Yeah. Cedric Wilson, disappointed. Dropped some easy passes. So you're struggling in the passing game. And the Cowboys refuse to commit to the run. They refuse to identify which running back has the hot hand. And it was Tony Pollard. Zeke.
Oh, it was.
Not having a great game. Rolled his ankle up. He didn't look the same after that. But why on earth would you not give Tony Pollard more carries? Don't know. I think the Cowboys, a little bit overrated, a little bit stupid when they're calling plays. The Chiefs offense, still not good. They're still struggling from all the things that hurt them earlier this season. They have won 4 games in a row. Everybody's like, oh, they won 4 games. Look at what their defense did. Let's take a look at who their defense did that against. Now, credit to the Chiefs. Chris Jones was a game wrecker. Chris Jones destroyed that Cowboys line. And on third down, he was unstoppable. 3.5 sacks from Chris Jones. He could be a true difference maker for that defense moving forward. But let's take a look at this. Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl again. All right.
By the way, real quick, a quick shout out though to a Cowboys player, Micah Parsons. Man, that kid.
He was great.
That kid could play football.
That's the thing. The Cowboys defense gave them chances to win that game, and the offense just did nothing. And the Chiefs scored 2 touchdowns early with Travis Kelce running the ball out of Wildcat. And, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. All right. The Bills
better.
Worked
like
the Chiefs.
They definitely look better with Hilaire back, by the way. They did look better.
They need to run the ball. They're doing that a little bit better. And they're a decent football team, okay? But here's the thing. Their defense has beat the Giants, don't care. The Packers without Aaron Rodgers, don't care. The Raiders in the Raiders post Henry Ruggs era, don't care. Okay, they beat the Cowboys 19-9. The Broncos put up 30 points on the Cowboys, Kansas City. The Broncos wasn't impressed. Was not impressed. So I'm going to call them frauds, not gods. Title of the video, Frauds and Gods. Who's a fraud? I'm not sold on the Chiefs. I think the Cowboys are frauds. I don't even know who the gods are. I don't know.
I don't even know. Like, you could say the Cardinals. I mean, they got beat by the Panthers, who then lost this week too. But like, I don't know. Yeah. You know what? There is one God. There is one God. And I hate to go back to a previous game, but this was a discovery that I made last night, and it truly rocked my world. And I'm a little disappointed that you didn't tell me about this, Brandon Perna, considering it is in your division.
Sure.
You did not tell me the Chargers, who's like your second favorite team, have a guy named Trey McKitty.
Oh.
Perna. His
Trey
last
McKitty.
name is McKitty.
Yeah. I think I remember that guy from an episode where I just kept saying, here, McKitty, kitty, 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 here, McKitty, kitty, kitty. But I forgot about it. You know what I mean? I do too many dumb name things. It's really a tragic flaw.
He needs to be traded to the Bengals now. Like now.
Make it happen, Brandon Staley.
I need McKitty Goes Meow in my life. I need it. And I need him to be a Hall of Famer on the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay? This is the stuff that's important to me. We're talking about like good and bad football teams. And listen, there's so much parity in the NFL, nobody knows. But what I do know is there is a man in this world with the last name McKitty.
Yeah, McKitty, kitty, kitty. McKitty.
That's it.
McKitty.
He needs to find his way home. But yeah, no, I kind of agree with you. I think the Cowboys, obviously, without their 2, I would say top wide receivers, right? Because Michael Gallup's come back from injury. I wouldn't say he's a top guy. Cedric Wilson's definitely not one of the top guys. But the offense just looked inefficient against that Chiefs defense. And on top of that, I do agree that like the Chiefs offense, there was a couple times where like, oh, they look like the Chiefs of old, but they weren't like perfect. So, and again, Micah Parsons played really well. And so I will give some credit absolutely to the Dallas Cowboys defense, but it was honestly a bad football game. Like it was not a great football game to watch. And it's not just because it was a defensive battle. Like it was just, there were so many chances left on the field for both teams that it was like, I don't really know what I'm watching.
It was hard to watch. The Patriots might be the best team in the AFC right now, but even the Patriots, like, they've got to beat some good teams before I'm sold on them. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, if you don't mind, can you pull up the Patriots schedule? Like, let's see who they have played. Like, because I thought them going up against the Browns was going to be like the one. Browns are also depleted, and Browns also just barely beat the Tim Boyle Laser Show led Detroit Lions.
yeah.
But like, let's take a trip down memory lane and let's see who the Patriots have beaten. Because here's
They
where
lost
this is
to the
getting
Cowboys. They lost to Dallas.
They did. They definitely
The Chargers, probably their best win.
Yes. Old school. I don't think the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl this year. I think that within a year or two, they are in striking range. If that defense can continue to be this good, and then you get some weapons around Mac Jones. But I mean, they could upset some people in the AFC playoffs, 100%. But like the Panthers, that was Sam Darnold. The Browns were injured. They get demolished. The Falcons are the Falcons who just got killed by the Cowboys and then got killed on Thursday night. The Titans game will be interesting. I think that will be an interesting game. Like these next 4 games for the Patriots could, one, determine who's going to win the division. But here you got Titans, Bills, Colts, and then Bills again. That's going to be an interesting stretch for the Patriots.
For both the Bills and the Patriots. This is make or break right here. The Bills' loss makes these games even more interesting.
Correct.
And then this Colts game here, what's cool about this, like, if Jonathan Taylor can get over 100 rushing yards and, a couple touchdowns against the Patriots, then the Colts can, in my opinion, make some noise in the postseason because we know the Patriots defense is going to show up. It's going to be one of the most well-coached units out there. It's why the Patriots are competitive right now. So if Indy can just go in there, be more physical than the Patriots and control that game with Jonathan Taylor, then the Colts could be on a path to upset some mother lickers in the playoffs. But, we'll see.
And it's funny, I think we're talking about this because like a few weeks ago, we're like, oh, well, that is true.
True, Ratty.
We were just talking about this, saying like, oh, well, the Titans won the division like because they swept the Colts and everything. I mean, they got to be careful because if the Colts like turn it around, I know that they have obviously the tiebreaker over them, but I don't know, man. The Colts could be a scary team, and that's why I picked them in the secondary bet with Scooter, who said the Falcons were going to finish better than the Colts. So let's just put it this way. Scooter's going to have a rough season. Rough season.
Yes.
Little Jack Nicholson action. But, I mean, you look at these teams, right? The AFC North, who the hell knows? And I mean that. The Ravens are favored to win, but who the hell knows in that entire division? Because it's a total toss-up. You go up to the West, and the Chiefs are in control, but I don't trust any of those teams. Sorry, the Broncos are going to be still in the basement, but I don't trust any of those teams whatsoever. It's like that's a wash. The East, it's the Patriots and the Bills, and who knows how many upsets are going to come after that. And then what was it? The South? It's between the Colts and the Titans. And the Jaguars are being like, hey, sometimes we'll play good. Sometimes we'll get blown out by the 49ers. Maybe you do see a little Colts-Patriots rivalry again. Maybe.
Yeah. And the Dolphins are playing better, but nobody's buying them as a contender. The Raiders are toast.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers and Chiefs will finish atop the AFC West. I don't know who wins the division, but those are both playoff teams. Despite their flaws, they're both playoff teams.
Correct.
Ravens for sure. I'm going to root for the Bengals to come in second. But yeah, I think like right now, the Colts are on a 3-game win streak. They're I want the Titans to get healthy. And if they can hang in there, get Derrick Henry back, get A.J. Brown back, get Julio Jones back, then boom, I think they're good again. Like, they're just so hurt. They're so injured that I'm not going to look too much into that loss, as bad as it was against the Titans.
No, that makes sense.
So, here we go. Great reminder. because it's time to talk about DraftKings Sportsbook.
I was about to set you up with another transition.
Oh,
It was.
wow. I dare you to try and bet on who's going to finish in the
hope not.
playoffs this season. You
Yeah.
think you got the inside track, the insight of which teams are good in the NFL right now, because nobody knows. The more I watch, the less I know.
No.
But DraftKings Sportsbook, download that, put it on your phone, use code GPS when you sign up. GPS, and DraftKings is going to match your first time deposit bonus for new customers up to $1,000. Okay.
Yes.
It's America's top rated sportsbook app because it's safe, it's secure, it's reliable. You can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. You could be at the doctor's office.
Could be.
Scrolling your funds on DraftKings, ready to get a colonoscopy, and they're going to give you your money if you want to take it out at that time.
You know what, Brandon Perna? You know what I was thinking about the other day? This popped into my mind. If you go to the doctor's office, right? Like, and you're going to get a colonoscopy, like, and the doctor just comes up to you and is like, "Hey, you got a hemi in that?" and points to your anus. And the hemi is short for hemorrhoids. I was like, that's a fun doctor. So I want to expect.
That's a doctor with a great sense of humor.
It's like a colonoscopy just like smacks your ass. It's like, you got a hemi in that?
What? Oh, yeah, you definitely do.
Oh, yeah, this is a serious medical issue.
Yeah.
Well, you can bet on that at DraftKings Sportsbook if Scooter shows up on Wednesday for the Thanksgiving edition of Clickbait Sports. I tried. I didn't know if you were done. I think I interrupted the read.
You could download the DraftKings Fantasy app, though, if DraftKings is not available in your state for sports betting. Because the Fantasy app, you got millions of dollars they're giving away in prizes every week. Remember, code GPS when you deposit your money. DraftKings is going to match it up to $1,000. Link in the description. Oh,
Koku,
wow. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy
birthday. Happy birthday.
So, if anybody's wondering why my name is Chair, it's because during the games yesterday, Tom and I were both streaming the Cowboys Chiefs game.
Yep.
And I will never stream while Tom's streaming again because people are like, fuck your stream, Brandon. This game sucks. You suck. But at halftime, Tom was kind enough to give me a Grossi raid. Well, I was taking a freaking pee. So all you could see was my chair.
Oh, yeah.
I come back to the stream, just hundreds of comments about chair. So for the rest of the game, at various times, I would just leave and call the game off screen with the chair in frame. And then we started getting super chats for the chair. And I think we went over $100 in super chats just for my chair. So I appreciate everybody who came in with the chair. Loved the chair. Talked about the back pillow for my chair. Really got into the lore of the chair. So.
Oh, what's your chair's name? Be careful what you say because that is going to be permanent. Because this is Herman. So.
Oh wow. Sir Flatulence is what I call him.
Okay.
Sir Flatulence Absorber. Somebody gave an over-under of how many farts this chair has absorbed. Like, that's how boring the Cowboys-Chiefs game was. We're like, let's talk about this chair more.
It was bad. Okay.
And then there would be like one person like, why the hell are we talking about a chair?
And you're just like, get out, you heathen. Okay.
Appreciate the chair, dang it.
Appreciate or get out. Or get out. 602. There you go. Patriots won. You must have got those part, or just a late effect? Yep.
Hey, let's see if the curse hits the Patriots when they're not playing the Falcons, all right?
Yeah, let's see.
So I'm going to say, remember the slow burn of the curse? Or did the curse just say, not this week, we're going for the number 1 spot? Taking down
they
the
did.
Packers.
Yeah, the Packers. Listen, I want to talk about the Packers game. Let's talk about it. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, we didn't talk about that. Someone brought up multiple times during the stream yesterday, what's stronger, P for the D or Perna's curse? And I said the only way to test that is by peeing on Perna. and that awakened some other things in the chat. But
That's weird.
because-
Somebody asked during the stream if I'd seen this peeing video yesterday. So it must have been on everyone's mind.
Oh, you're talking about the Brass Against. You know what? It's so funny because I recommended Brass Against like months ago before this had ever become a thing. Like, do you know what they're talking about?
No.
Like, Brass Against was playing a concert and they brought a guy on the stage and he's laying down and the singer pulls down her pants and pees on his face. Yeah,
that's what they're definitely referencing.
But I love your. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So that happened, and I was like, they actually make really good music. Like, they're a full brass band that does like Rage Against the Machines cover. Like, they like do like really awesome like hard rock like metal covers. It's awesome. Anyway, besides the peeing, but yesterday, speaking of peeing, we've gotten into a section that I don't want to talk about, but. The Packers-Vikings game, without Rashawn Gary, without all these injuries, Elton Jenkins tearing his ACL, it was a close game, and it was a good game. And I had saved my P for the D, basically, until it was needed. I come back. What happens? Kirk Cousins throws an interception to Darnell Savage. And for 3 straight minutes, I am losing my mind. And there's quotes out there that I'm like, my urine is too powerful, right? Like the P for the D emotes are filling the chat, and I am going wild. And I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, wow, they're taking a while to just like get going again, huh? And yeah, what wound up happening is that was overturned because Darnell Savage, they say, did not have complete control of it. After he hit the ground, because his knee was down and he has the ball. Like, his knee was down, but they're not saying that was enough, and you need complete and total control over it. And they didn't. And that sucked. And that was a bit of an awkward stream. Thanks, You Got Sports. That was a bit of an awkward stream for the rest of the time because then they lost in heartbreaking fashion, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny because the Packers get the ball back with like 2:16 left in the game. Everyone's like, you left too much time for Rodgers. You left too much time for Rodgers. It took Aaron Rodgers 8 seconds to score.
One play. MVS.
One play
gone.
To MVS.
Gone.
And then Aaron Rodgers made the great mistake of leaving too much time for Kirk Cousins. Too much time for Kirk. And Kirk tried to channel his inner, I am horrible in clutch situations. He tried. He threw the ball right to the Packers defense.
Second time, by the way. Second pick for Savage that got negated. He did one earlier. Yeah, he did one earlier. And then there was a roughing the passer called on the Packers because when he went to go tackle him, their helmets collided. And so they said it was roughing the passer. And so because of that, it was overturned. Then Savage gets another one. And then it got overturned that he didn't catch the ball. I was not happy yesterday.
Yeah. See, I think it was an interception. Like, the ball kind of touches the ground. But I think the rule should be if it is on your body still, that it counts. And it got bobbled, but he kept it on his leg. He kept the ball on his leg and kept the ball after that. So I think it was a pick. Now, Justin Jefferson is a beast. Oh, Jefferson is good. And I think this is a completely different game, though, if the Packers have Jair Alexander to take on Justin Jefferson. I mean, you just couldn't cover the guy. You struggled to cover the guy. Correct. And even when he was kind of covered, he still made plays. I just think, the Packers, if I'm going to say the Titans, the injuries caught up to them. I think the injuries caught up to the Packers in this game, competitive game, division game. I saw on NFL Reddit, somebody said the Vikings actually have a winning record over the Packers dating back to 2015. Is that true, Tom?
2015, sure. I mean, but we talk about overall. I mean, we could we could cherry pick stats all we want. So,
I mean, that just seems like recent history, though.
I mean, Matt LaFleur has only lost 2 division games now, and they're both to the Vikings, which upsets me.
Wow.
Which upsets me greatly. Like, here, you know what? No, now it's rant time. Nope, now, because now I'm getting all worked up again. Here's the problem, Brandon Perna. Okay, listen, the Minnesota Vikings won the game yesterday. Good job. You did it. No, like, seriously, there's no sarcasm there. Good job. Like, it was a good game. We have had good games now for like 2 seasons, and you did it. You won. But holy crap, the Vikings fans coming out of the rocks and the logs are coming out and they're peeking their heads up. And they're like, we won our Super Bowl yesterday. And there was people in the stream. This is not, of course, all Vikings fans. They were cheering Elton Jenkins getting injured. Like they were like, oh man, you Packers lost. You guys suck. Like you're terrible. Negating the entire fact that literally how many all pros are injured on our team. And by the way, I'm not making excuses because you guys won. You guys won. You deserved the win. You deserved the win. But like, are we really going to stand on the mountaintop and go, wow, we own Aaron Rodgers. He's a fraud. Aaron Rodgers tore your team apart, by the way, yesterday. Tore him apart.
With the worst toe injury any QB's ever had.
Like, come on. Like, let's just have some perspective here, okay? Some perspective here. I'm excited for our rematch in Lambeau in January. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time because this is why I've always thought in my lifetime the rivalry with the Vikings is so much more significant lately than it is with the Bears. The Bears, like, there's the history, oldest rivalry, etc. But there is nothing that gets under my skin like the Minnesota Vikings because they're trash franchise, and I mean that. They are trash franchise. Is horrible and irrelevant. You talk about wasting Aaron Rodgers' prime because they only got 1 Super Bowl. You've wasted every player's prime that you've ever had on your team. Ever. Talking about just 2 rings with Hall of Fame quarterbacks. How many rings you got? How many? 0.
Skull.
You got 0. I hope the country of Iceland sues your franchise into the ground. I'll get Sweden involved. I'll get Denmark involved. I'll get Norway involved. I'll get every single country that I need to.
Skull.
And you won. And I'm still saying you won yesterday. You deserved the win because there's Packer fans. And listen, this bothers me too. There's Packer fans that are just complaining and saying, oh, it's the rest and stuff like that. I ain't that type of fan. You got the win. You deserved it. But holy crap, guys. Holy crap.
Skull sisters, go sisters. On and no sisters.
I actually kind of like the design of that sweatshirt. That's the worst thing. But I like the rugged look. But just saying. I'm good. I think, honestly, why I'm upset, the comment that got to me, Brandon Perna, and they're like, wow, your first game as a Packers owner and you lost. And that's dumb. That's dumb. That one hit me. That one hit me, and I was like, you know what? Fair play.
You got dunked on.
Fair play.
It's nice that your team can have a rivalry. Be thankful for that because Broncos don't have one anymore.
Against the Dallas Cowboys, they are now your bitter rival.
Oh, yeah. We're the Cowboys-Broncos rivalry. So good. Here's what the other thing the Broncos lack is just a single word phrase like skull. You know, it's nice to just have that. Like we've got incomplete. The Broncos don't have a skull. We need a skull. Every team needs just a single word thing you can yell and everybody knows what you're talking about.
What you mean? You could just do like Elway or Scooter, and I'm not talking about Magruder. I'm talking about Elway on a scooter.
Wait, did you just say Scooter Elway?
Johnny John John!
That's how we do it.
I want to talk about Jalen Hurts real quick.
Oh, dude, the Eagles. The Eagles got something. Go meet the ball.
Meet
football.
That's it.
All right, I'll bring up the Eagles here.
By the way, Adam, Minnesota Vikings man, 28, a Vikings fan, bought Packers stock as well. And he has said that my first game as a Packers owner and they lost because I told them to take a break.
Nice.
Great. Cool.
Here's what we're learning right now in the NFL. Rushing is king. Okay. The Titans got to where they were, mostly behind Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah.
The Colts are going to where they're going because they can rush the football. And the Eagles, who had an atrocious start to this season where they refused to run the football, are now a run-first football team, and they're starting to kick people's asses. And their most impressive win came this weekend against the Saints, who have a very good run defense. Jalen Hurts only had to throw for 147 yards, better than Carson Wentz. Hurts also can get it done rushing. And you wanted to talk about Hurts, Tom, with his 3 rushing touchdowns, I'm assuming?
I did.
Go for it.
And, of course, the yardage.
Nice.
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 Nice. It's 69.
It's nice.
Which, if you don't know what 69ing is, it's when 2 people lay on top of each other upside down and their mouths go over the area where their private parts are. That's what a 69 is. And that's why people, when they see that number, say nice. The more you know with Grossi and Perna.
Don't put my name first on that one.
The more you know with Tom Grossi, as Tom Grossi alone explains in detail what 69ing is.
There are some kids who have just watched this and go,
no, those kids already know. Those kids have already clicked and watched those videos, and they're all ruined for the rest of their lives.
But that's why it's 69, because like the 6, and then if you like flip the 9, and like it could be a 6 also, and the 6 could be a 9 too. Like, I'll explain the
69ing. It's a meal that nobody enjoys.
I really wish we had a DraftKings spot right now, just to be like, yeah. Also, Carolina lost. Cam Newton had a good game though, but Taylor Heineke was like, "Nah, I'm gonna take away your." It was actually really nice to see how happy Cam Newton was yesterday.
Yeah, I was rooting for him to get the win. That's a guy who appreciated being back in his home football city.
Yeah,
played well early. Christian McCaffrey looked good. They got DJ Moore involved in the passing game, but then Taylor Heineke. The Brett Favre comparison, I think, is spot on. You give Taylor Heineke maybe just a little bit stronger arm.
Yeah.
A little bit more consistent arm, and he could be Brett Favre. But, I mean, you see the dude do crazy stuff every game. He's so mobile. He basically led 2 field goal drives at the end of that game to give Washington the win. It would have been sexy if he connected with a touchdown pass or something there. But football team might be building something with Taylor Heineke. If Washington could figure out how to actually score more points in the red zone, they would be very good. They would be very good, but they're not. And he spoiled Cam's return. And what else
by the way,
did we forget to talk about that we're trying to rush through real quickly before the show ends?
Yeah, no, I got you. Because we talked about that. So that was nice. And then on top of that, San Francisco demolishing. Tim Boyle Laser Show, by the way, former Green Bay Packer starting for the Detroit Lions, was really hoping he had a good game. And I mean, they almost beat the Browns, but they didn't. Yeah. So
Tim Boyle, 77 passing yards.
Yep.
30 more yards, and he could have been as good as Carson Wentz. But
DeAndre Swift though, 100. DeAndre Swift over these past couple weeks, I'm like,
the Lions just need a quarterback and a consistent defense and some legit receiving weapons. They're so close. If they just get all of those things figured out, they're contenders.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you a very important question. Right now, if we take a look at the NFC East standings, right? You have the Dallas Cowboys at 7-3 and the Eagles at 5-6. Is there any chance on this earth that the Eagles win the division?
Oh, there's a good chance.
Oh, a good chance, you say?
There's a good chance.
Because the Eagles have a pretty easy schedule coming up. I mean, the problem is, so do the Cowboys. Like, you look, Giants, Jets, Washington, Giants, Washington, and then the Cowboys at the end. Can you imagine if that final game in week 18 is for the division? Because,
Wow.
I mean, listen, Cowboys against the Raiders, without two of their big weapons, they could lose. I don't know.
Oh, Thursday night is a toss-up for Dallas for sure.
Saints game, it depends on what Saints team actually shows up. And then the Cardinals.
Back-to-back Thursdays. Wow.
Just saying. Then the Cardinals.
So that's 3 possible losses with the final game against the Eagles. The Eagles are down 3 games. The Eagles got to win out. It's an uphill battle for Philly. I mean, look at all of these. How does that? Oh, because the Giants play tonight, Monday Night Football. I'm like, how are the Giants 3-6? They haven't played yet this week. So 3 6-loss teams here in the NFC East. It's a challenge to get to Dallas, but yeah, the Eagles could do it. Washington, if Taylor Heineke is as good as I just said he is, and he's streaky. Oh boy, is he streaky.
Oh, they're streaky.
Eagles got to play Washington twice, though. They're probably going to lose one of those games. That's going to screw them. I think Dallas finishes on top, but it's not a lock. Yeah, the Patriots laughed at my curse. The Patriots invented the curse.
They did. By the way, Brandon Perna.
Yes.
Remember when I told you, and this was not me. I promise this was not me. Remember when I told you be very careful about what you name that chair? Because that's going to be a thing. Your chair has a Twitter account now.
Oh, my God.
I just tagged you and retweeted it.
Wow.
So,
Sir Flatulence Absorber. Yes.
Yeah. So
are you following it? Are you the one follower?
Hold on.
No, it's Minnesota Vikings. I'm the second follower to Sir Flatulence. Yes, look at that profile pic. I love it.
That's the stuff right there. That's the stuff. That's where dreams are made of right there.
That's
and I think talk about San Francisco. Miami winning again against the Jets. Miami on a bit of a win streak right now. That's a thing that's occurring. Bit of a win streak. So, I mean, no one cares, but I wanted to pretend. And then Arizona with Colt McCoy literally beating up on the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks suck. I wanted you to do one time. One time I actually wanted you to win. One time. I followed them, and now 19 people follow them. Let's get it. Yeah. So
we just blew them up.
I want to say that Seahawks, you are forever cursed in my eyes. And yeah. Colt McCoy, 35 for 44, 2 touchdowns, 328 yards, ran it 6 for 18. James Conner, pretty good day, 62 yards, touchdown. But Zach Ertz, 88 yards, 2 TDs, 2 tutties.
Yeah, so I think if anybody wants to argue for the Cardinals being the one true good team in the NFL, there's a good case for it because they've been able to win without Kyler Murray. They lost one, right? But when Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins return,
oh yeah,
they get the biggest boost of any team outside maybe the Titans. The Titans and the Cardinals. I'll say it right now. They're the 2 best teams in the NFL because when some of their key guys return, they're going to get the biggest boost of anybody. Maybe the Packers.
Thank you.
Maybe.
Okay, I was gonna say
maybe. But I mean, Murray, Hopkins, AJ Brown, Julio Jones, Derrick Henry. Titans Cardinals Super Bowl in the lowest rated viewer Super Bowl ever. Just predicted it. Titans Cardinals Super Bowl. And only 500 million people watch the game live. That's how bad it will be.
But it's okay. Actually, no, it's not because the Packers aren't there. Buddy, I'm telling you, if the Packers don't make the Super Bowl this year and win it, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This season, the trials and tribulations, it's been a long season.
Yeah.
And we're like halfway there. But buddy, we lost our starting left tackle. Again, another one. And we're playing the Rams next week.
Is Bakhtiari back yet?
No. That's the problem. He got activated, but he hasn't played for the past couple weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back after the bye because we finally have a bye in week 13.
Wow. That's such a late bye.
I know.
But it's kind of the time they need it.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we did it.
Did we do the show?
I think we've talked about so many things.
Did we win Morning Football Talk Radio on
I think
YouTube?
we did. I think we might have. Yeah, I think we did it. So, all right. I think we go home now.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Okay. I'm gonna go make an AFC NFC West reaction video.
Let's go home, Tom. And by that, just to the other room of the house that we're already in. That is
That's
our
accurate. That's what
Cool.
I'm gonna do. That's what
Wow.
I'm gonna do. I said the Bengals. No, we talked about the Bengals. The Bengals won. I didn't mention them.
Oh
for
yeah, the
very long.
Bengals. They did beat up the Raiders. A couple
'Cause
nice late touchdowns to make that game look more interesting than it was. But it was
Kitty goes
one of
meow.
3 horrible afternoon games. Congrats on winning, Cincinnati. I hope you finish in the playoffs. Dragon Ball Z. Ooh, next week. Tomorrow, Wednesday.
What villain is the Vikings? I think honestly the Vikings are Frieza after he comes back like a robot and gets killed in 5 seconds by Trunks. Not like OG
Mr.
Frieza.
Freeze.
Yeah, that's a different thing. But ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you tuning in for another Monday edition. Oh, I know. Perna talked about Sutton getting that extension.
We did that at the beginning of the episode. Broke the news. I said it first before anyone.
He did.
Timestamp that shit. Prove me right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon freaking fracking Perna. This has been GPS, and oh baby, you've been navigated.
Sorry, my name is Chair Tom. I am Chair, aka Sir Flatulent.